I don't know if you can see this, but there's a giant hole in this sink. I had a Tenant drop basically a brick that had soap in it. It was a tile soap holder into the sink, and it just broke a big hole into it. I'll show you down below if you can see it down here. So we're gonna try out this new stuff that I found. It's called Flex Paste. And if you watch the video, maybe I'll show some of the video on here. It's pretty insane what it can do. It can be wet and plug a hole. So what we're gonna try to do is fill in the hole, and then I've got the porcelain filler to put in over top of it. This costs this is what, 1 pound. This costs about $15, and the porcelain fill costs just around, I think, $6. So should only be about $21 to fix. Honestly, I was thinking that these sink bowls were going to be expensive, but they're actually not. You can get a replacement bowl for these for $60. The problem is this one was flex glued in. If you can see that paper, there's some more paper. They just glued it up onto it using that paper and some putty. And so cutting this one out and putting in a new one was gonna be kind of ridiculous. The new ones sit over a bit. That way you have an edge and you can just caulk around it. So I thought we would try this since it's fairly inexpensive and it's kind of a cool idea. We'll try this out and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll go the route of getting a new one, but we'll try it out and see. So I opened it. You take this out and use your putty knife to scoop out how much you need. It says not to take out too much. I already applied it. I applied it thickly just in case some of those cracks. You can see here there's some cracks that go out on all 3 sides, so I just wanted to make sure that it was covered. It says to put this back in and to put this back on top when you're done. So I'm gonna just make sure it's good in case I need to use it again. Actually, let's put the cap back on too. So once that dries, it says 15 to 30 minutes. It's fairly dry, but then it says about a full day to fully dry. So what I'll do is I'll wait a day and take that off, and then we'll apply the ceramic stuff on top of it to see how that works. So I wanted to show the final work on this. I'll kind of get closer here, but patched up this. I ended up putting a patch on the inside instead of the enamel just because I didn't think it was going to stick to this stuff. But there was a big hole here, and now it's gone, and it actually feels pretty firm. I'm going to sand it down maybe a little bit just so there's not some rough edges, but yeah, you can still see the spider cracks there, but they don't leak. But there was just a giant hole there. I patched the back side and then let it dry for 3 or 4 days, and then I did this patch job on the front side, and now it's pretty solid. It doesn't leak. It didn't leak just with the back patch, but it just didn't look quite right. So I patched the front as well, and cost me $14 instead of, I looked online, the average sink removal and replace costs anywhere from $250 to $350, upwards to even $800, $900, depending on who you're hiring, where you're at. So I figured it was probably going to cost us here about $320, $325 is what the quotes were. So we just patched it up for $14 and it's good to go. So if you have any questions, I'll show the product that we used and everything like that, but great stuff. I recommend it.